problem is loading for China. I guarantee you, they don't see this coming. A lot of you will see it happening after 2 years from now. You will see it happening after 3 years, 5 years. That's when you will recall that Ajim said it. You understand? Yes. But as I'm talking to you now, there is massive headache for China, Europe, and America. You understand? At least they are smart because they see it coming, and they themselves, they are moving, but Nigeria is catching up with them. You understand? Yes. These people, they themselves, they are trying to move as fast as they can, but Nigeria is trying all Nigeria can do to catch up with them. And Nigeria is the only African country that is giving these people headache. It's the only African country that is threatening China, Europe, and America, telling them that be careful because Africa is no longer sleeping. Africa is awake. Africa is now manufacturing. Africa is now developing. Africa now is on the face of industrialization. So these people, they must move faster if they must maintain the same control and dominance that they have in the world. If not, they are about to lose it very, very soon. You guys saw the news, right? That Dangote has already established his assembly plants, manufacturing plants, where Dangote will also start producing vehicles in Nigeria. You saw the news. Yes, Peugeot's vehicles. So I know Peugeot might be probably a Chinese company, but I don't know. But Dangote is in partnership with Peugeot. So they have established a plant, I think it's in Kano or Kaduna, where they are actually manufacturing those cars, even though some of the parts are coming out. But they manufacture those cars right there in Nigeria. You understand? Now, I've talked about vehicles in Africa. I've used Toyota, for example. If every single Toyota car was to be taken out of the Nigerian market, if every single Toyota car, Lexus, is the same person, is the same Toyota. Take Toyota. Count how many Toyota cars you know around you. And count how many jobless people you know around you. The number of those Toyota cars will probably be almost equal to the number of jobless people. Because probably a little bit more. Jobless people will be just a little bit more. But for every Toyota car you see in Nigeria and Africa, it is more employment to China, more employment to Japan, more employment to America, more employment to wherever the Toyota process passes through. And that is why you, the Nigerian man, you, the African man, you have to find a means to get a visa to go to Japan, hoping that a company in Japan like Toyota or any other company that is manufacturing what we are consuming will employ you. Because tell me why. Why are we running to go to UK, running to go to Canada, running to go to America, running to go to other countries? Because there are jobs in those countries. Because there is opportunity to make money in those countries. That's why we are running to those countries. You get it? But had it been now, we stay in our own country, Africa. We stay here and have our own factories that are like Toyota. Every Toyota car in Nigeria, they sell it and buy Nigeria-made car. Every Lexus you see in Nigeria and Africa, we sell it or we return it to Japan and China and buy Nigerian-made, African-made vehicles. Apply this to every other product. You know what will happen to Africa? No African youth will be jobless. Not a single African youth. You know what will happen? Asians will now run to Africa to look for jobs. Chinese will run to Africa to look for jobs. Europeans will now find a way to depend on Africa. But our problem is, all of us, we are busy blaming the government. I myself, personally, the car I drive is a Lexus car. Which choice do I have? Do I have African-made cars here in Cameroon? There's no African-made car in Cameroon. We don't even have plans or dreams. So how do we expect to change the narrative if we cannot start consuming our own product? If you, as a Nigerian, as an African, you cannot buy your own made in African car. Every time we are busy celebrating, oh, Nigeria has started making cars. Nigeria has started producing cars. But how many of us buy those cars and use them? How many of us will go to buy a car and say, no, I want to buy Innoson. I will not take Toyota. I will not take Lexus. I will not take Range Rover. I will not take Jeep. I will not take Bentley. Our YouTubers and celebrities, we are so shameless to the point where so many of us will buy G-Wagon or some of these big Western brands and we use it to oppress others so that anybody that is working money, as you are working money, what is on the back of your head is you want to buy G-Wagon, you want to buy this, you want to buy that. Not knowing that all your hard-earned money you are working, you want to carry it and empower another country. You want to carry it and empower the Europeans, empower the Chinese, empower the Japanese. And guess what will happen? Poverty will continue to stay in your country. Poverty will continue to destroy your country because all of our hard work, all of our energy is being rewarded to a different country, to different people. But there is hope. Yes, I'm not just here to talk about the effect of what we are doing, but I want to celebrate the progress that we are actually making. I want to celebrate the progress that we are actually making and also beg on Nigerians and other people to join me on this movement so that we can start educating people so we can learn to consume and use what is made in Africa and what is made in Nigeria. Now, let me share with you a story before I continue. When I was in Nigeria, the last time I went there, I was inside a Lexus Jeep driving when I saw a innocent vehicle passing. Hilux, innocent vehicle. It was a Hilux format. You understand? So I shouted in the car, wow, that's innocent vehicle. I removed my phone to record. I removed my phone and started recording. Wow, that's innocent, that's innocent. Everybody in the car, they were looking at me like, I was like, yes, we have to be proud because normally it's not Toyota that should be full on our street. It should be innocent vehicles or the Dangote Peugeot or the North Motors or the NEV. It should be made in African vehicles that are dominating the street because I know for every innocent vehicle that I see on the street, there is a Nigerian that is being paid. There is a Nigerian who made the car, that his children is secured, that the fees and is taking care of his family from that. And the burden is off the government's hand. The government is not worried. It's not everything we will put on the government. The government will not carry every load. That is what we fail to understand. But today, Nigerians are bold enough to dare the Japanese, to dare the Chinese, to dare the Americans, to dare Toyota and say, no, Toyota has been dominating the car industry, the car market for long, but we too can make our own car. That can be better than Toyota. Even though Toyota has been there, we go still do our own because a lot of Africans are scared. That's why I celebrate Nigerians so much. Nobody in their normal sense, it's normal for anybody to think that way because if you want to start a vehicle industry now, you want to start manufacturing cars, your first depression will be, look at Toyota now. How do you want to outsell Toyota? How do you want to convince somebody in Africa to leave Toyota and come and buy your own brand? How do you want to do that? How is it possible? How do you want to convince these our youth, these our people that it's better you buy a Nigerian-made car than a Lexus, than a G-Wagon? How will you start? So just those things, just thinking of those things, it can just make you tired, give up. You say, no, I would rather carry my money and invest in importing Toyota cars. That's what many people do. I would rather spend my money and be importing the Toyota cars and selling them instead of opening factory. And that is how we continue exporting our money to Toyota, to Japan, to China, to America, and we import poverty, thinking that we are importing luxury, thinking that we are importing cars. Tomorrow, your child studying engineering, upon graduation, they don't have where to do practicals, they don't have where to work. You'll be forced to look for money and send them to Japan, look for money and send them to Canada, look for money and send them abroad. And Africa will continue with the same narrative. Africa will continue with the same story. So, it is necessary that we start celebrating the change that is happening under our noses already. We are already seeing that many companies in Nigeria, many Nigerian entrepreneurs are already having that audacity to dare and say, no, I'm going to start producing vehicles like Innocent, like Dangote, despite all that he has. Like so many other companies, we can name them. You understand? So we need to start celebrating their efforts. And if we succeed in changing the narrative, to see that these Nigerians who are producing these cars in Nigeria, their cars are roaming the streets of Nigeria. The made in Nigeria cars are roaming the streets. That is where China will give up. They will clean their nose. They will say, we are finished. We are finished. At least they are smart because they are working on their technology every day. That's why they are improving on their cars. Meanwhile, we are going backwards. When they improve on their cars, they send us the old ones. Today, you will see somebody jubilating, doing Thanksgiving in church. I just bought a car. You bought a 2024 Corolla. You bought a 2010 Lexus. You bought a 2008 Toyota Sienna. You bought an old car that cannot even drive in China. You are doing Thanksgiving. Instead of carry your money to go and buy a car from Innocent or Not Motors or Dangote or any car that is made in Nigeria, so that your money will stay within Nigeria, empower Nigeria economy. Tomorrow you will enjoy the economy. Your children will enjoy the economy. All of us will enjoy the economy. The work is not on the government hand alone. All these Nigerians that are daring to, end the Chinese dominance in the vehicle industry, end the Japan dominance in the vehicle industry, we need to support them. Because today we are happy. Dangote has succeeded in bringing good fuel to Nigeria. He has succeeded to change the fuel business in Nigeria. Nigeria economy is now flying without subsidy. Fuel is still dropping. Thanks to Dangote. Look at what the refinery has done. We are celebrating it, right? The impact on the economy is visible. Put that same impact in the other sectors, in the clothing industry, in the vehicle industry, every industry. Let us manufacture our own and see how everything about Africa will change. Thank God for these Nigerians that have this courage and this audacity today, man. Let's keep supporting them. Let's keep encouraging them. It is what it is. Your boy Ajay Max on this one again. Smash the like button, smash notification bell. Come back anytime you're free, guys. God bless you all. Cheers.